Hey folks, alright, so I'm going to answer some of the final objections you guys may have, and I'm going to answer some of the most common questions about MySpace marketing that I've seen on forums that people have asked me personally, so let's get right to it. I mean, MySpace marketing has been a big topic of interest in internet marketing and trying to figure out how to use it in terms of people's own businesses. I've seen internet marketers sell internet marketing products to internet marketers. I've seen people promote dating offers to completely untargeted groups of people. I've seen it all. And so I can answer these questions very thoroughly for you. Obviously, many folks have had their fair share of frustrations in regards to MySpace marketing. Primarily, one being of interest is the quality of traffic, getting through the clutter, the latest way to game the social network, etc., etc. No doubt about it, we've seen a lot of this kind of stuff going on marketing forums, and you hear a lot about it. The latest black hat, crap like that, to really get it around the MySpace, flaws and security measures and all that jazz. So let's get right to it. Funny story for you guys. A nameless guru actually called me up a few weeks ago with some of his own concerns about Ready and Wired and MySpace marketing. And of course, I'm not going to really say who this is, but here's the quote unquote here. Well, my main concern is that people I know who've been involved with MySpace marketing say the traffic sucks. Alright, well here's my answer to that. Typically speaking, what we usually see with people when they promote offers, there's many variables at hand. One is profile structure. People like to put squeeze pages on their profiles. That's one big mistake right there. Two, people will openly solicit through bulletins and messages and comments without any prior relationship developed. That's number two. So, upfront solicitation, there is no interaction, there is no qualification. The three reasons why most people's traffic sucks when it comes to bring it to a landing page or an affiliate product, and that's where they see low sale conversions, because ultimately how social networks are always going to work is that it's all based on interaction. Remember in the previous video, interaction sparks reaction. It's a very important concept to understand, because that's the whole idea of what social networking is about. It's about two-way communication. It's about providing value and then receiving, something else in return. In our case, is to collect information or to make an affiliate sale or a high-ticket sale, to connect with other marketers or other business-like folks. It doesn't matter what it is or any other niche markets. But the idea is that there needs to be two-way communication. Without that, there's no responsiveness. There's no reason for someone to perform and take action. They're not as qualified. So there's no qualification. Most MySpace marketers don't even bother to even take interaction into consideration. And also, it's also another case of they're not pre-selling, they don't have proper profile optimization structure, there's no story being sold to prospects on the profile, and it's always a case of upfront solicitation. It's like they'll post a bulletin and they'll direct people to an affiliate offer or their own sales page, and that's not the way how it's supposed to be structured. So that's why in most cases MySpace marketing traffic sucks for people, and it's also it could also be that people aren't even targeting the right prospects. So they probably have the wrong offer to the wrong crowd. And don't get me wrong, there are products that are good for promoting, but there's also some that are bad in regards to the MySpace community. So, for the most part, when people say that MySpace traffic sucks, it's because whoever's been doing the marketing doesn't seem to realize these key components. And that's really all there is to it. And to resolve all these means you have much more qualified traffic that's more likely to perform what you want them to do. Here's another question I saw on a forum. MySpace marketing is dead. This one gets me laughing all the time. Alright, so here's the answer. As I've been talking about, traditional MySpace marketing is dying. It's not dead, but it's dying. What we're seeing now, and what we've been seeing for about a year or two now, is that first it started as the first movers. The first movers were obviously the ones who were monetizing the most, and that was about distributing as many spam messages as you can. And at the time, people were more prone to it on MySpace. And then, as spamming progresses over time, it gets more and more annoying and more annoying. And what people talk about when they say MySpace marketing dead is really the traditional side, which is all about, like we said in the first video, it's a numbers game to people. It's about how many friends can I get, how many bulletins can I send out, how many profiles do I need, and how do I automate this with my own software and bypass the captcha codes. It's not the way how the MySpace marketing is supposed to work. And as I've been discussing in the first video, it requires the whole concept of social herding. And that's where I believe is where the future of MySpace marketing is heading. And if you don't have that component, then obviously you're not going to get good results out of MySpace marketing, and that's just the real key to understand. MySpace marketing is not dead, and it's completely far from it, and the fact that those own case studies that I've presented in the previous video are a very solid indication of that. Here's another common question. A lot of people will say they're tired of these MySpace bots, and here's my answer to it. Good, because really there are better alternative solutions like outsourcing. One of the common problems I see is that people are always so gung-ho to find the latest bot, the latest software to automate their own processes and to bypass captcha codes. And I don't really subscribe to that notion. I believe in, because at the same time, even though you're automating with software, it's still a bit of a laborious task. And what you really want to be focusing on is just outsourcing the tasks to freelance websites, and a lot of these guys are very specialized to perform these tasks for you, and it's a lot easier to do, and it's a lot less time. And if you know what you're doing and you're getting results without with what you're doing currently, then it's just a matter of outsourcing the process, and then you're doing nothing. Then there's the marketing is just going on its own. It's own propelling on its own. So I really believe that you don't have to be all over the MySpace bots to do well with MySpace marketing. There's obviously alternative solutions, like I said, like outsourcing to freelance websites in terms of the friend adding process. So of course, here's another question that people seem to have: is MySpace still useful? Flat out, yes, and especially for niche markets. Like I've been talking about before, it's all about just trying to get through the fog, and the way to do that is just by having the relationship with your prospects on your profiles, your friends. That's really all it comes down to, because none of these other marketers are, if you want to call them marketers, I really think they're spammers, but they don't realize that's the imperative component to proper social networking. So is MySpace still useful? Of course it is. Another question I saw on a popular marketing forum is, why do I need to do it? Well, just speaking from my own perspective, I mean, it's free qualified traffic, and you can never go wrong with free traffic, and it's pre-existing traffic. I mean, it adds this other avenue of marketing to your channel of influence. What that means is that people always focus on one thing. It's like their email, but I like to believe that you should have other ways of focusing on getting your customers to buy. It could be email, phone, direct mail, MySpace even. So what I'm trying to say here is that you should always have different avenues of getting to the minds of your customers, and trying to basically create a conglomerate of all these avenues to send your marketing message to your target market. So I mean, many people have been misled in this industry, and I mean, what you've seen in the past couple of videos, I mean, you're really already ahead of the pack. And I can go on and on and on about other common questions about MySpace marketing, but I think the results speak for itself. I think what I've given you guys is a pretty solid understanding of the core of what MySpace marketing is really supposed to be about. I mean, this has been a process in the making. It's been really painstaking in terms of how many months I've invested. So I mean, this is really the future of how marketing properly and effectively social networking is really supposed to be about. And really, I encourage you guys to take action today and see how powerful Ready and Wired really is, because as you've seen in these past videos, this is a completely different dynamic than you're going to see in the rest of what internet marketers have been teaching all the other gurus. So really, it is the reality behind Web 2.0 social marketing. And really, that will be in touch soon, and I hope to see you on the program. All right, bye.